guys, it is Derrick and Kendra. Lovely birds. And today we are talking about sex expectations. So,
Expectations.
yeah, sex expectations and communication.
Mm-hmm.
But why do you think it's important to talk about sex expectations and communicate?
Mm-hmm. So I think one of the things is because I think there are expectations that may not always know the expectations that we have, but I think definitely when you do have them, being able to communicate them and not expecting the other person to just know, not expecting them to just kind of pick up on whatever, but being willing to say, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and being willing to be flexible, to see what works and what does not work. Yeah. Because
Yeah, I think the reality is somebody like me, you see, it's so annoying, right? You see in movies, people are just so, like, it's like in the heat of the moment. And you just like rip each other's clothes off and all of this stuff. And then you get married. And it's not to say we don't have heat of the moment moments, but it's just like, it's not that, they just really dramatize it. And so you get married and you're thinking like, it's just going to be, and y'all, I'm not saying it's not sexy or whatever, but you just like think in your head it's just gonna be like this. Like you see in movies, people just wake up kissing and all this stuff, and I wake up and I'm like, we need to brush our teeth. Yeah. First of all, that's gross, and stuff like that. So I think it's important to just be open and honest, but also realize for somebody like me, where I got married as you two, got married as virgins, what you may see and think of sex may not be the reality of it all. But like you said, being open to exploring and trying new things together, as long as you both, we're not here to tell you guys like what's appropriate and not, because it's not our business, but making sure that you guys are in alignment between the two of you. But also, just making sure you're open and to talking about it. And I think for me, it's just being open and comfortable talking about sex, period, because it's not something that I really talked about in the past. So just realizing it's not like naughty, it's not bad, like this is my husband, it's okay for me to want to talk to you about sex and what we want to do, what we want to try, and it's okay for me to talk about what I didn't like, and I don't know, it's just okay to talk about it.
And I think it takes a level of gentleness from both parties, because it is such a sensitive thing. And I feel like, it's definitely for men, a sense of like, worthiness is connected to like performance, know? So I think it definitely takes a level of like gentleness in approaching conversations, which I'm thinking about back to our honeymoon. I feel like we had those conversations like pretty quickly. Quicker than I expected. But after having the conversation though, it allowed me to, to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. And it made things better. So
and you can't be upset if you don't tell them what you need and what you like, and then realizing that it's going to take you time. Like it took me time to figure out what I like, what I don't like. So being patient with yourself, as you're learning, because honestly for me, I was learning my body in a different way being married. I like, that wasn't something I really thought about like that. And so I was totally learning my body in a new way. So you had to be patient with me, but I had to be patient with myself. So it's an exciting journey, but it can be scary too, right? It can be, like I was terrified. And as much as you love the person, it's scary. It's unknown territory, and you can talk about it all day, but the reality is totally different.
I'm thinking about what we would say to couple who is like in a similar situation with us. They're both virgins and coming into marriage and thinking about sex and all of that. The first thing that I'm thinking about is being willing to learn each other, but also have fun, because I think that's something that has lasted. From the honeymoon, we have had fun, and that's something that you don't always see in the movies. You don't see the laughing and the enjoying each other, and all of that. it shows it's just the reality of it. Like we're gonna have fun as we learn. You know. What about for you? What do you think? What do you think as far as what we would tell or what you would tell, you know, a couple?
I think take your time.
Mm-hmm.
And really just enjoy the moment for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have like an expectation of it should feel like this or it should sound, you know, don't have expectations of what it should be. I mean, of course how do I word that? Like you can desire this, but like let go of like this perfect picture in your head of what sex should be. Let it be what it is and appreciate it for what it is, and like let each moment be different in its own, you know. Don't try to like recreate like ooh, it was good 3 weeks ago. I want that moment. Like let this, you know, time be different from the last. And I think really just take it all in, like experience your spouse in their fullness and just really enjoy them as much as you can. And it doesn't have to, like you said, have fun. Like it doesn't have to be serious. Movies will like make it sound like it's like this, like so passionate and quick and like all of this stuff. Take your time and like I don't know, like connect with all five senses that you can. Like take it all in, because it is like I feel like it's like one of the greatest gifts from God. It is magical, and if you really experience it in everything that God has for it, you're gonna be like, oh dear Jesus, thank you. So I just want people to chill on themselves, like take the pressure away from all of this other stuff of what you think it should be, and just take your time and enjoy it.
Enjoy it, yeah.